Hello my friends and welcome back to our Football Manager 2021 Let's Play with Rangers. Now, I'm going to apologise if the sound is different on this episode compared to previous. I've finally got my computer chair back, so I'm no longer sitting in a seat, so I'm at a different height. I'm not quite sure how it's going to affect the mic, so I'm going to, work with this episode and then kind of adjust it in future if I need to, adjust the volume or adjust the stand or whatever. Hopefully I can get it right. I'm hoping that I don't have to adjust it too much. But since the last episode where we played Liverpool, it's been a very, very busy period of time. We've had a number of games. Obviously December, always a busy month for football clubs, and we've really kicked on a little bit here, I think. We played at Aberdeen, we won 5-0. Mislav Orsic with a hat-trick, Adam Hallslick scoring, Tony Weston scoring off the bench as well, trying to give the young lads as much game time as I can. And a cup final is a very, very good time to give them that game time. We were, quite comfortably up, as you can see. We were 2-0 up after 35 minutes. We went, and then I've brought Weston on. We've went 5-0 up from him. So we've ended up getting Doig, Mail and Weston all getting game time. So I think that is very, very good, positive things. And that was a Betfred Cup final as well. So a good way to, no, that was the Premiership, sorry. A good way to win that game. We then played Dundee United, and we played a very rotated team because we did have the Betfred Cup final against Aberdeen. The following weekend, Tavernier with a penalty, Orsic with a brace, and Antonio Marin, who now has a work permit. I think he's registered based on his age. I don't think he qualifies to need to be registered. He is 20 though, so I'm not sure on that, but he's eligible to play. He scored on his debut. Dinami also played this game. And then we played Aberdeen in the Betfred Cup final. Mayo did come on in this game for, I think he got 15-20 minutes. He's not got a rating there for him, which is a bit strange. Yanis Hadji scoring and James Tavernier from the spot scoring. In fact, it would have been less than that because I do remember waiting for the 2-goal lead before bringing him on. 76 minute was the second goal. We battered them again to win a Betfred Cup final. This score actually flattered Aberdeen. And I believe this got Derek McKinnon sacked. Poor man. Gets this team to a cup final. Now granted the league form isn't great, this cup final might have getting a cup might have saved him, who knows. Before we played Ajax, and again another battering from us where we just couldn't score. Yanis Hadji getting a goal, his second in 2 games, to get a bit of form for him. Freddie Woodman playing here as well. Unfortunately Robbie McCrory picked up an injury. He wouldn't have played the cup final anyway. Because he doesn't, but he picked up an injury in training, kept him out for quite a while, to be honest. They went ahead through J. Enham, his first goal of the season, typically, and I believe the Dutch League is loaded, so it's not just Champions League goals that count for him. But we huffed and puffed and we got a draw out of it, so we got some money. It was a meaningless game. The group was already settled, as you know from the last episode. Before we played Ross County, we won 2-1. They went 1-0 ahead after us giving them a demolition for the first half. Not able to put the ball in the back of the net. They went and scored with what was a fairly good spell for them. They were actually probably the better team in the second half. I will be brutally honest when I say that. Mislav Orsic got us back on terms quite quickly though, and then Billy Gilmore off the bench getting us the victory before we played Hibs. Antonio Marin scoring again. Pandu scoring. He was playing in turn of Gilman, who, with Scott McKenna's injury, kind of feeling a bit low on cover in that position, so Ampandu played, and Adam Holzick scored in the 94th, just to make sure of the result. Today we play our bogey team, which is why this might look like a strange game for new people to the channel. Motherwell away, but Motherwell is our bogey team. They're the first team to take a point off us last season, in fact the only team to take a point off us last season, and the first team to hand us a domestic defeat this season. So only Celtic are the only other team to have managed a draw against us. So I felt like this was good, plus it comes into the January transfer window, so during the game we're going to talk about plans for that. I'm going to double check who is all wanted before I go there. I'll see pitch side in just a second. The good thing about this is we've got so many players that are of quality or in form that picking a team is very, very difficult. So we have made changes, and really some of those changes are picked through rotation and stuff. So we've gone with Woodman, Tavernier, Edmondson and Pandu and Barisic. Now that defence played really well last time out, so I'm going with that again. Although Barisic in for Bassey, Kelly Mayer, Kamara, Hadji, Kent in the midfield with Holzick up top. Now, I was tempted to go with Marin over Hadji, but Hadji is one of the players that's wanted, so I thought, do you know what, let's see what he's got. Orsic and Kent. Orsic is in form. He's banging form. He's a top goal scorer in the league. Coming off that left-hand side as well is where most of his goals are coming from, compared to up top. But he's heavy, whereas Kent is medium. Kennedy, the top assister in the league. You know, it's difficult to leave any of these guys out. But at the same time, Mayer is technically the better player. And when we're playing Motherwell, you want your best players playing. So it's kind of trying to balance between form and ability, really. Ampandu and Edmondson, again, as I say, it's just a fitness thing. Really, and they played last time really, really well. Now, they are second in form team in the league behind us, so go out there and impress me. I have faith, I have faith, I have faith. Kick off. And maybe you guys can find out why Motherwell's my bogey team. Maybe we can find out what tactics is causing the issue. Because truthfully, I don't understand it. They've got good players, yes, but they've got very few players who are getting into our team, so it's obviously a tactical thing, or a tactic that suits them. Hadji coming down inside, Carroll getting in there. Cleared away by Adams, Cole, launch forward. Wanted list, we do have about, I think it's 13 to 18 players wanted. Some of them are young players. One of them is Ben Woodburn, who's obviously on loan now. His contract's up at the end of the season at Liverpool. Now, I don't know if I would maybe try and trigger that. I'm certainly considering it now that I know he would be free. Whipped in for Hadji, back to Tavernier. That's a penalty. But Tavernier's one of them. Mayo is one of them. I'd want a lot more money than what Mayo is worth, to be honest. Now, is he worth lots of money? Probably not. Tavernier scoring that penalty. Yeah, get in. I think his value right now is 180k. I think he's worth more than that, a lot more than that. He's got 3-star potential, which would put him probably about a backup centre-back for us long term, but homegrown backup centre-back, and that is key for me in my opinion. If we can get long term, if we could get the lad that we brought from Leeds and King playing centre-back, I'd be happy with that. And then we have Lewis Mayo on there as a rotation option. I think that'd be great. And then that gives us 2, 4 and 5-star potential centre-backs potentially, and a 3-star. So we shouldn't have to buy a centre-back anytime soon unless we lose one of them. I thought they were getting another penalty there, just the way the players were reacting. But we are recycling this ball. Whipped in Holzick. It's 2. Right now, we're not seeing any issues against Motherwell. Although that time that we drew up against them, we were 2-0 up and they came back and drew 2-2. So, Tav's one of the ones that's wanted. Edmondson's another one. Again, because of the potential and, the lad that's actually, the boy that we bought from Leeds, my coaches are saying promote him up. The only reason why I haven't is because right now I don't think there's space to promote him up, but if we lost Edmondson, I would promote him up. And I'd probably just throw him straight in at the deep end, to be honest. It'd be between him and Mayo, who got the slot. Barisic is 1, Hadji's 1, is Kamara 1? McLaughlin's 1, although we wanted to get rid of him anyway, but I suspect Ethan Ampandu's second goal in 2 games makes it 3-0. I'm not sure on that. And there's not too much interest otherwise. It's all, youth players whose contracts are expiring, so we maybe lose 2 or 3. Excuse me. But other than Barisic, maybe Tav, but certainly Barisic is the only one that I'll look at and go, we've not got a natural replacement now. Do I like Calvin Bassey? Yes. Do I like James Maxwell? Yes. But are either of them ready to step into Borna Barisic's shoes? I do not believe they are. So Barisic would need to be replaced. Tavernier with his second of the game to make it 4-0. And against our bogey team, we're in cruise control right now. This is great. Really good performance in the first half here. We're taking our chances, which is the important thing. We don't normally take our chances against this Carson goalkeeper. Historically, he has been a pain for me in just about every FM. But Tavernier with a brace from right back, obviously taking penalties as well, does help. Hadji, we've got Marin there, we've got Young Coombs, we've got Mabudi, we've got Kai Kennedy, all very good players now. Obviously, Young Coombs, we need to see what he's going to be like when he returns from injury. It's a long-term injury for him. But he'll be back within the next sort of 6 weeks, I think, as Ryan Kent makes it 5 in the first half. This was supposed to be a game that was really difficult to watch, and me trying to work out what we're doing wrong against this team, and we're just absolutely demolishing them right now. This is a performance and a half from us against a very good Motherwell side. I'm very, very happy with this so far. So yeah, as I say, I don't think we need to have huge amounts of wins this January. It's promoting up, and I think that's what I want to build. Now, we've got about £15,000 worth of wages of young players coming in, according to my committed wages. But I don't think any of them would be coming in for the first team. Maybe if we lose Kamara, maybe we recall Nico kind of thing. Chelsea aren't happy with the amount of game time Ampandu's getting, although he's coming in and putting himself some performances now, so he's probably going to get some more game time. So overall, I'm fairly content with where the squad is. As I say, if we lose Barisic, that's a replacement. I need to go out and replace Barisic. Now, I've got a couple of left backs I'm looking at. One, I think, is not at Barisic's level, but a good enough replacement short term with the ability. Yanis Hadji makes it 6 with enough to develop long term. So it's kind of getting these guys in now. I'm going to bring on Kai Kennedy and Nathan Patterson and Lewis Mayo here. I'm just giving kids game time right now. Is really the plan. We're 6-0 up. Let's give them 25 minutes or whatever it is to go out, prove themselves, increase their value, increase their development, whatever. So I wouldn't normally make a triple sub. I would normally try and match out against players who are tired, but I just want to give these guys game time, and I'm going to put them in positions that I think they're going to play long term, as Barisic puts that one wide. So Mayo, Patterson and Kennedy, the free subs there, because it's just game time in a game that I feel we've already won. We are winning 6-0 now. We only have had 7 shots on target, so that tells you that we've been clinical here. That's not good. I'll stick Kennedy out in the wing and we'll go without a 10. Because I prefer that. I'd rather have the width than 10. So there we go. Clinical display from us. I'll go through all the young players that we've got coming in already, actually, because it'll be easier to see them this way now. Transfers incoming. So we've got Sam Campbell. He is a centre back from Motherwell, currently on loan at Edinburgh City. Fairly decent, and I remember looking at him and thinking, if I can get his vision up, he's a great deep line playmaker. Just needs the vision up, maybe a bit of anticipation. He is a much better midfielder than he is a centre back, so we'll move him up. This lad, Simon Mcginty, coming in from St Mirren. Again, fairly solid centre back. Very young, will go into the under 18s. Does need a bit of work. He's not certainly, I don't think, ever going to be a ball playing defender, but I certainly think he can do a bit of job now. That's 84k for Sam Campbell, 525k for Mcginty. Ashley Hughes, 420k left back. Now, again, needs a bit of work. 17-year-old Welshman coming from Coventry. And there was a lot of Welsh players I tried to get. Some of them were absolutely unbelievable. Wales does seem like some pretty good regens coming out of there right now in the English League setup. So then we go to midfielder Stuart Sweet from Arsenal, 550k for him, midfielder. Again, fits most of our roles. Does need a lot of work though. So we'll see how he goes. Chris Randall, 16 years old from Hibs. Now he's costing 525k. Another midfielder. Covers so many different areas that we're going to play. Can cover on the wing as well, apparently. So we've got options in the way that we want to develop Chris Randall. But I'm sure that he was 5-star potential. Now, was he the 5-star? He is indeed 5-star potential, and we've got him for 525k. Aaron Arnott from Rafe. Now he's 18k. Now the 18-year-old. What potential are you? 3-star. So a bit of a gamble here. But he's got good mentals. Needs work everywhere else. But I think he could survive as an advanced playmaker at some level already. So again, another one that's just going to come in, develop in the background and see how he gets on. And at 18k, I think that's a very worthwhile gamble. Now Chris Mookley is the big one. and I've been recommended him so many times by other people that have praised him so well. As you see, he's probably not that far off first team football, but it does say he's only 3.5 star potential for us, unfortunately, but he's a consistent performer, which I like. He's still only 18, so we can get him homegrown at a club. I think this was a gamble that was worth taking, and again, he can cover a few different positions. And then we've got Sam Probert coming in from Cardiff for 350k. Again, another attacking midfielder with a fair bit of potential about him. I do like the look of this lad. I really like the look of this lad, if I'm honest. And then we've got one striker coming in, which is George Herd, also coming from Cardiff for 175k. And he looks fairly solid all round as well. 16 years old. Again, needs a bit of work, but you know, he's got the foundations there, I think. So they're the guys that are coming in already. Next episode we will come back after the January transfer window, so I know we're skipping another Old Firm game, we're skipping the Aberdeen game as well, so why don't we come back for an Atlanta double header? I think that would be quite good, an Atlanta double header in the Europa League. It's a fair bit away, so it gives me a fair bit of work to do to get there, but I'm happy to do that. So thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.